What is going on, everybody? What is up? What is up? Happy Thursday to you all. It is Thursday, so you already know what that means. It is time for another live edition of something here that we love to call S.A.D. Now, if you're new here, you're probably wondering, what does S.A.D even mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. Something about Dynamite here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. This is basically your AEW Dynamite review from last night's August 9th, 2023 show here once again on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. Here's what I want y'all to do. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Share it through all your social media platform, wherever that you share your videos. And more importantly as well, hit that bell notification. You'll be notified when we go live almost every day. All right, almost every flipping day here. But what's going on, everyone? I am that Peruvian Fight TV extraordinaire. I am Steve here, joined by the good brother, the ATP UK champion himself, the pride of Detroit, the one, the only, Big Mike.
Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on, Big Mike? You look focused, man. You look focused.
Yeah, you know why, but yeah.
It's a big day, man. It's a big day for you, man. Big day for me too, man. Hopefully, everyone from ATP that has a match tonight walks out with gold. I don't know how Walter made 205. I can't believe it. But I'm proud of him. But nevertheless, Mike, hopefully you're sounding better. I know yesterday you were a little bit you had a little bug there. Hopefully you're feeling a little better, man.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I say I'm 79%, and that's good enough to do 2 shows. So I'm cleared to do 2 shows.
Yeah, so
it won't hurt my voice.
In case you're wondering, yes, later on tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, we're gonna be live again on the channel, 8:30 p.m. time for ATP SummerSlam. This is our final PLE / pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it, on the road. Mike, I don't know if you saw this or not, to All In the Mud.
Yeah.
Beautiful graphic, right? Beautiful. I wasn't effing around with this one. You know, when I saw AEW update their graphic with the London thing on the red, I just knew, like, yep, I gotta capitalize. I gotta get it done. So here we are with that. But other than that, bro, Dynamite last night, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Thought it was all right. I'm not gonna, was it as amazing? Like, oh my God, no. But nevertheless, I thought overall the show, again, it was all right. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I thought it was fine. Excuse me. But yeah, I thought it was okay.
Exactly. But guys, let us know as well your thoughts on the show. What did you like? What did you not like? And all that stuff. And we'll talk about it. If you have questions. Oh my God, I bit my tongue. Ow, that fucking hurts. That flipping hurts, man. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I bit my tongue, Mike. That hurts, man. It fucking hurts, bro. Oh my goodness, yo. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt big time.
But I thought overall the show was all right. What I did like, though, Mike, is that we got more matches announced for All In, which a lot of people were concerned about. A lot of people going into the show were like concerned. Oh my God, All In's in a couple of weeks. They just broke the record, right, for Wembley. I know they just surpassed SummerSlam 92, and a lot of people, which, by the way, congrats to AEW on that. Congrats to Tony Khan. Normally I would never, say that, but again, congratulations in all seriousness. For that. But yes, big concern was, oh my God, there's no matches announced yet. What's going on? What are we doing? We got to stop effing around. Tony, get it together. And I felt like Tony Khan delivered in some of the matches that were announced, I will say. But also, more importantly, Mike, I think we should get this out of the way as well. The rating did come in. Mike. And you know what's crazy? I don't know how many of you guys listened last night to Let's Talk NXT, which, again, if you've missed it, go give that a watch. It's on the archive of the channel. I did say near the end, I think we were just messing around, and I'm like, you know what? I'll be shocked if they get less than 850,000, something like that. Around that ballpark, right? And needless to say, bro, I was close, man. I was close with it. So the rating this week, keep this in mind. I know a lot of folks will say, oh, but they were number one in cable, which is great. It's great. The rating this week was 846,000 people tuned in to watch Dynamite last night from Columbus, Ohio. Which I got to say, Mike, you know what that means, right? You know what that means.
No Millie.
No Millie at all. But nonetheless, I thought the show was all right. We need some comments here. What's going on? Spaz feeding my dudes. LOL 10 better than 69. Yes, nice. Roddy's neck brace out of 10. Okay. Brandon Brown writes here. I feel embarrassed being from Ohio. They were cheering for Sammy. Cincinnati is in the mud. Well, I mean, I guess
Cincinnati has always been in the mud.
I didn't say it. But the show kicked off, Mike. Let's get this out of the way. So we kicked off the show with a mandatory Jericho Appreciation Society meeting that literally kicked off the show. Daniel Garcia spoke first, and basically they had everyone from the club, right, from the society here, right, in the ring. You had Sammy, you had Ty Mello, you had the Future Baby, you had Anna Jay, you had Angela Parker, Matt Menard, you had Jake Hager, you had Daniel Garcia. You had everyone here, everyone. And Garcia kicked off and said telling Jericho he never listens and that he betrayed who he is as a person for Jericho. Basically, remember, Daniel Garcia, in the beginning of all this, right, chose to be a sports entertainer rather than be a pro wrestler. Remember that? I remember there was like an interview where Bryan Danielson wanted to recruit Daniel Garcia for the Blackpool Combat Club, but Jericho felt like he needed to have him. He just needed to have him. And remember as well, bro, when Jericho was the Ring of Honor World Champion, it looked like they were going to do something between Jericho and Daniel Garcia, which they totally forgot. Which they totally, just left like nothing ever happened almost, Yeah. Which again is AEW. I'm not surprised. Jake Hager, but basically Garcia said he shouldn't do it anymore, and he left the group. He just walked away. Jake Hager was up next and followed suit. And he talked about his hat. And remember, oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Big Mike. Can you see this Big Mike? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, play the clip.
Play the clip while you play the comment. Play the clip. And 3, 2, 1, and...
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Tonight's Super Chat is brought to you by Spaz Phoenix. Not at all problematic, controversial fantasy booking the rise and fall of the new Hurt Business. Pod available now. Be good, guys. Thank you, Spaz. Thank you for the $10 Canadian super chat. Folks, if you guys feel as generous as Spaz Phoenix here, feel free to leave us a super chat. You'll get the yes clip, and you also get your message read on the air. Thank you, Spaz, once again. We appreciate you guys. And again, guys, go listen to Spaz Phoenix fantasy booking of the rise and fall of the new Hurt Business, which you can listen to everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever it is that you listen to podcast audio version.
Perfect.
So where were we here, Mike? Where were we here?
You were talking about Jericho.
Yeah, Hager left. And remember, there's history with Jericho and Hager. Hager all the way back to the inner circle.
Yeah.
He talked about his hat. He loved that hat. And he walked away. He walked away as well. After this, Anna Jay and Ty Mello also quit. Mello promised to come back next year and become a champion without him. I'll believe it when I see it. But then again, the way Tony, has, has been sunned by, by the fans on Twitter, I wouldn't be surprised that happened. Maybe in the main event of an episode of Dynamite. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? Angelo Parker was also out the door, and he got emotional. My man got emotional, bro. My man, pause, right?
Yeah.
My man Angelo Parker, he was literally in the mud. He sounded in the mud, very emotional, very sad. Again, he'll never forget how Jericho brought him into his home, how he welcomed him with open arms. He also referenced his friend Kevin Steen and so many others. Basically, what we saw in front of us was the self-destruction here, was the end of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Even Sammy Guevara, though, at the same time felt like, you know what? I'm not leaving, but I just don't know. And he just walked away, basically.
Well, he's staying.
Well, again, where else is he going to be?
He didn't say yes. He didn't say no. He walked away. He had on his Inner Circle vest, which was a call, I guess, a call back to the Inner Circle. That's how long he's been with Jericho, since fucking 2019. So it's crazy.
Exactly. So there was that. I mean, that was the opening segment of the show. I mean, I know a lot of folks. I know, like Frantic World here is saying this was good. I'm glad that JS is done. I think a lot of people feel the same way too, man. I think what it is too, bro. People are just tired of Jericho running a faction. They want you think about it, right? The last 4 years, I feel like Jericho didn't really catch a break. We joke around about, John Moxley never taking his vacation, right? In 2022, I feel like Jericho is someone on the roster who's due for one as well.
Yeah.
I know he's still he's involved in the story with the almost called Bobby Heenan's family, but the Don Callis family, right? Whether he's going to join or not. We saw backstage after all this where he's like, Don Callis tried to console him. Hey, listen, I know it's difficult right now. He didn't mean for this to happen, but he basically said he'll make up his decision next week. Your thoughts on all this, Mike?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Jericho needs to take a break.
Oh yeah, he does. Absolutely.
I'm not too keen on another faction being formed with Jericho in it, even though he won't be running it. Well, he'll be slightly running it because he'll be with Don Callis. But I don't have any interest in anything. Honestly, I thought the segment was kind of overdone in my eyes because you just went one by one and basically everyone said the same thing and left. Showed what Jericho did, and then he's like, you know what? I don't need you. Gone. One by one, except for Sammy.
I'll say
it was just a nonsensical promo to me.
Absolutely. I'll say this too, Mike, and I don't know if maybe you agree with me or not. I don't know. And I don't know how many of you listening right now may agree with me or not. I don't know. And yes, you can tell I'm wearing a Jericho shirt. What the hell? From New Japan, right? I felt like this should have closed the show, man.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I understand that you had Hikaru Shida and Anna Jay close the show, which to me was a waste of time. Oh my God, see, how can you say that? No, I really felt like you could have closed the show with this, and this would have been fine. All because Tony got, he got sunned on social media, but that's beside the point. Okay. From there, Mike, we go to the first match on the show. We get the Young Bucks versus the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to sit here and be like, man, this was the worst thing I've seen, because it wasn't. I thought the match
It was better than their first interaction.
Exactly. Yeah. Jeff Hardy is not the same person anymore.
Right.
Right. Jeff Hardy is no longer a spring chicken. Jeff Hardy has sadly reached father times. And the same thing can be said about Matt Hardy. This was awesome back in 2017 when the Hardy Boys were deleting people and stuff, and when they left Impact and they went on their expedition, all that stuff. That's when this was awesome. Now it's like, okay, what else can they do? They've done everything. You've seen one Young Bucks and Hardy Boys match, you've seen them all basically. This is your first time watching these two teams go at it, right? Well, with the exception of the Double or Nothing match from a year ago, this was like that was your first time watching them wrestle, right? You weren't watching them when they were both when this match was like a demand almost, right? You weren't watching, right?
Repeat that again, Steve. I'm sorry.
You weren't watching this like them two go at it like back in the day, right? When they were both, in a hot demand and all that stuff, right?
We were talking about the Young Bucks.
Yes, Mike. The Young Bucks and the Hardy Boys, Mike.
When they were on their indie run.
Yeah, you didn't see them wrestle like on the Independence or Ring of Honor.
No.
Okay.
I may have saw that one Ring of Honor match. They fought in 2017 in Ring of Honor, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I think I might have saw that.
I believe their last match in Ring of Honor was that ladder match at Super Card of Honor, which is crazy because that was the day after they went back to the Fed at WrestleMania and wrestled in a tag team ladder match, which is like fucking insane. But that's nor here or there. I mean, at the same time, though, you got to remember on Saturday on Collision, this past Saturday at Collision, which no one watched, except 414,000 people watched, but that's beside the point. They were called out by FTR. And they were basically challenged to a match by FTR. The third match at Wembley Stadium at All In for the tag titles.
Yeah.
And they basically here after the match, right? They got on the mic. They called out FTR to respond. And then out comes FTR. They don't even say anything. They just acknowledge that, yeah, okay, we're doing this at Wembley Stadium, the third match. Which, listen, they're going to kill it. I think it's great that they're able to perform at an event like this inside of a sold out or whatever it may be, Wembley Stadium. They broke the record. They're labeling this as the biggest wrestling event in the history of pro wrestling, right? Which is awesome. But one of those things where, again, you want to see, what am I trying to say here?
You want to see them succeed?
I want to see everyone succeed here. It just, again, you think about it, right? FTR are part of the who camp, right?
Yeah.
And he's on a Saturday show.
Right.
I'm surprised that, who is not upset that, why are you challenging them to a match, this and that, Do you remember like there was reports a while ago when him and Punk and Cabana were part of that suit with the Fed, and Punk got mad that, oh my God, Cabana was hanging out with some wrestlers from the Fed, what have you? Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, how dare you wrestle a match with the Young Bucks? What the, I'm not saying that happened. I'm just, imagining here, right? But nonetheless, it's going to be a fun match. Mike, your thoughts on all this, bro?
Yeah, I mean, to bring it back to the Hardy match, the match was fine, better than their first interaction because Jeff was obviously not right. And then for FTR to come out, obviously we're gonna probably get this, and them going up against each other. So how may some people feel about it in the backstage area is none void to them.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, Chase. Yes. Punk. Okay, Punk does want to mend fences.
Well, yeah, he does. It's just the people that FTR are facing.
Yeah, so they won't be mad, which is true as well. You think about it.
Yeah, but the Young Bucks is gonna be even more childish about this.
I mean, listen, it should be a fun match no matter what. It should be a fun match. But nevertheless, again, it's going to be in a stadium. The third match. Remember what happened, a couple of years ago at, was it Full Gear? I think it was. Back in the day, was it back when they were in Daly's place?
Yeah.
And then they had that rematch at Dynamite. Was it a year ago or so? And now here they are. They're running it back. Yes. So there was that. I mean, again, overall, this was cool to see. Nonetheless, the crowd was into it. I'm pretty sure, again, in Wembley, bro, they're gonna eat this up, bro. They're gonna eat this up in Wembley.
Well, that's all. The AEW stuff is a heavy fan service.
Well, that is true as well. But I do feel, again, just the spectacle of watching this happen in Wembley Stadium. In Wembley Stadium. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? The Young Bucks will probably win the tag titles. Probably so. Who knows?
That's what I'm thinking, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. After this, we go to a pre-tape vignette, which I loved, by the way. I thought this was cool. It was Adam Cole and MJF, and MJF proposed that they go with a couple of the rats and go skinny dipping with a couple of the rats. If you get the reference, right?
Yeah.
You okay, bro?
Yeah, I'm looking at something. You know what I'm doing. I'm listening. Man. Just keep going.
Man, okay. Where was I here? Instead, Cole was like, let's not do that. Instead, let's go to a trampoline park. And they basically show them, being on the trampoline and kids, and by the way, Adam Cole said, we got to do dodgeball here. And MJF proceeded to throw the dodgeball at every little kid. And then throw these little subliminal hits. I slept with your mom, what have you. I'm your dad. And just threw the dodgeball at every kid. Right.
Right.
And Adam Cole's like, what are you doing? You can't be doing this. And then a little girl approached him. Oh, you guys are too grown to be here. Right. And what's it called? Adam Cole got offended. He got mad. Like, he got triggered by this, right? So, like, you know what? One more. And you see them, like, MJF throwing the dodgeball at the little girl. And they ended this before the ball even hit the little girl. That's where they ended the thing. I thought overall it was funny. It was cool. Nonetheless, Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, their segments are all the things to look forward to. I mean, this is probably the best thing that I saw on the show. I look forward to their segments all the time when they're advertised on the show. The montage of MJF hitting the kids with the dodgeballs, great, great stuff. The little girl taking off Adam Cole, great stuff. and then that pretty much transitioning back into the ring with their in-ring promo. So we get a double dose of I'm better than you, baby.
Yes, absolutely. From there, we go backstage and we see Mox brag about the Blackpool Combat Club's victory at Rampage against Best Friends. In case for those of you who, in case you guys out there are one of those people,
is the hashtag AEW Rampage after it. Like, no one's watching that, dude.
Yeah.
Stop.
If you're into that category, if you fall into that category, there was a parking lot brawl match between Best Friends and the Blackpool Combat Club, which they won, by the way. And they were bragging about the victory. And they showed highlights of the match from last Friday on Rampage. And they claim that they don't belong in the same ring. Being Best Friend don't belong in the same ring with the Blackpool Combat Club. And Claudio brings up the Pac's injury and accepts the blame for it, and beaming ear to ear while doing so. Like, he's smiling about this while doing so. So Pac is going to be missing All In, which is true. He does have a legitimate injury.
Okay, so it isn't visa issues.
I mean, they're saying it's an injury. I mean, if it's a visa issue, he's going to be in the UK. He shouldn't have no. But I mean, to my understanding, is an injury, which sucks because, bro, I mean, again, you're going to be in Wembley Stadium in your country, and you can't even be in the. I mean, you'll be at the show, I'm sure, or what have you, but you can't wrestle on the show. It's like, it reminds me a lot, bro, when back in the day he was in the Fed as a Neville, and he got hurt on that episode of Monday Night Raw, and he missed WrestleMania.
Is that when he broke his ankle?
Yeah, he was supposed to be
in the corner.
Yeah. Yes, he was supposed to be in that ladder match.
Yeah.
Instead, we got Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
And
Zack Ryder won.
Yes. For one night only.
Night only.
Yes, less than 24 hours. Yes. Excalibur, after all this, right, bro? This is the part that really, like, why are we doing this? Why? He announced that there'll be a tournament to confirm that 4 women will face off for the AEW Women's World Title at All In. All right. However, Toni Storm, because what happened, right? She will be given an automatic buy-in.
You said Toni Storm?
Yeah, she has been given an automatic buy-in. An automatic buy-in she's been handed, right? But to me, so basically we had Hikaru Shida, right? Versus what's her name? Hikaru Shida versus Anna Jay tonight, right? We had that. Well, last night, right? On TV. We're getting this Friday on Rampage, Saraya versus Sky Blue. And I think next week we're getting Britt Baker versus we find out against who here. Oh my goodness. I hate when this happens. I really do. We're getting Britt Baker versus someone in the chat. If y'all can help me out with this one. Who is Britt facing off against? Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know who Britt Baker is facing. Oh, the Bunny. The Bunny. Yes.
The fuck?
Listen, I don't need to watch this to know what's gonna go down.
Yeah.
I don't. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt. Right? That I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, bro, that this Friday on Rampage, which no one really watches like that, whatever. Don't lie to yourself. That Saraya is going to be Sky Blue. Yeah. I can guarantee you in a couple of weeks from now. I can guarantee you. After that, I guarantee you, bro, that Britt Baker will defeat the bunny. Because I'm sorry, who had the bunny beaten? Who has the bunny beaten?
Bunny
right?
hasn't even been on TV.
Exactly, bro. This whole so you're gonna get basically, bro. You're gonna get Hikaru Shida defending her title against Tony Storm, Soraya, two members of the Outcast, and you're gonna get Britt Baker, bro. That's what you're getting. Who's asking for this? Who's really sitting there like going crazy for this? Who's demanding this? No one is, except these geeks on the internet who went off on Tony Khan because they didn't like how they fucking booked the women. That's what this is. Is Tony Khan saying, listen, I fucked up. I fucked up. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Here you go. Please forgive me. The bunny was hurt, Steven. She should be lucky she still has a job. I'm sorry. Someone had to say it. I mean, has she been this isn't Cherry Bomb anymore. I mean, is she taking the world by storm here? This isn't 2016 where, she was this great character in Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, bro. This is terrible.
It's ridiculous, but it's a waste of fucking time. It's a waste. And to think, bro, there are some people who thought, oh my goodness, man. The women's title should main event Wembley.
Yeah, no. And if it does, he's on crack, cocaine, preferably speedballing. He's dousing it with a tad bit of morphine.
Cocaine isn't cheap. It's expensive. Got to make money.
Tell me when I'm telling lies, bro. It's a waste of fucking time. It's a waste.
This is awful, bro.
But again, it's just to plead these freaking these freaking geeks on the internet who've been crying to Tony about how they've been booking the women. You see, we all have to suffer because people complain. You see this shit, bro? It's ridiculous, man. It's fucking ridiculous.
Just the video that was shown in our group chat is the reason why you can't please everybody.
You can't.
You
Absolutely
can't please everybody, bro.
From here, let's move on here. We got an FTR rules match for the FTW Championship. Jack Perry versus the return of WWE Hall of Famer Rob Van Dam. I love the fact that Rob Van Dam came out to Pantera.
Which is probably what he came out to in ECW back in the 90s.
He did, yes. This time, Tony Khan bought the rights to this.
Mark.
Here's the difference, though. This time, Tony Khan could afford the rights. Paul Heyman couldn't do it. That's the only difference, right? Nonetheless, Rob Van Dam went out there. He didn't embarrass himself. That was my only concern because I haven't seen him wrestle in a hot minute.
Yeah,
I know
he worked a steady match. I kind of liked how this match was kind of worked for him.
Yes, I know he might have. People told me, he wrestled in Noah recently. I mean, I don't watch. I'm sorry, but based off what I saw, he didn't embarrass himself. He looked good out there. He did that thing where he puts his opponent on the barricade. He gets on the apron, does that spinning wheel kick thing. Still got it.
Yeah.
There was a referee bump, obviously. Again, also basically FTR rules match, bro, was no disqualification. Right, anything goes, basically, right?
Right.
I loved Jack Perry's attire.
Yeah, still hate his music, still hate his gimmick, but I can see he's trying. He's trying.
Someone said it was a callback to Jerry Lynn, considering that Rob Van Dam did his arch rival in ECW was Jerry Lynn.
I did notice that, and when we watched, I think it was on True to the Heat, we watched the ECW match. No, that wasn't. That was a watch along on here. We watched the ECW match that had Jerry Lynn in it, and it looked just like his tights from back in the 90s. So yeah, I noticed that a little bit as well.
Yes. There was a referee bump. Rob Van Dam had hit the 5-star frog splash. Had him beat. You could have counted to 30. Mississippi's. And he still would have had his match won. Yeah. Aubrey Edward comes out. And And basically, Jack Perry in this whole process low blows Rob Van Dam, puts him through a chair that was literally like in between the corner, the middle turnbuckles, whatever, right? And then rolls him up, grab the tight for the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if you want him to beat legends, that's fine for now. But at All In, it has to be, whether it's All In or All Out, whatever it may be, it needs to be Hook. It needs to be Hook. Jack Perry versus Hook, getting that belt back. Because you all hear on commentary, Taz was just like furious. It pissed him off that Rob Van Dam couldn't do it. I mean, the question is now, who do they get next week?
Next week, what city are they in?
Good question.
Because if it's anywhere close to Michigan, I know a certain dinosaur.
Let me see here.
Or a dinosaur-like guy. Certain mammal.
Let's see here.
From Detroit. That was the last ECW World Champion.
Well, to be fair, remember, Mike, to be fair, Mike, last, what was it? They were in Columbus. Rob Van Dam from Battle Creek, Michigan.
Oh yeah, so it's not Detroit, so stop.
So they're gonna be in Nashville. They're gonna be in Nashville. Can they get this? I mean, at this point, it can be anybody. It doesn't matter what city they're from. It doesn't really matter.
They get to dig up the fucking Sandman. What are they gonna do?
I mean, who are they gonna bring out? Tommy Dreamer?
Enter Sandman and shit.
No, they can't.
Tommy Dreamer can do that.
He can't. He can't.
But they have a one-time only Bully Ray. That's Nashville.
Bro.
It's Nashville. He's probably there. You know, Impact.
Imagine.
One time only.
Yes.
But he's going to probably be like, I'm not going to put over this young guy. Screw this dude. Like, no. But you never know. But it'll be nice to see Bully because it's in Nashville.
What's the question? Who would you like bring in at this point, right? Can they dig out I have no clue. At this point, I don't know. It could be anybody, but we shall see. We shall see. After this, Mike, the Lucha Bros cut a promo about facing Blackpool Combat Club later on in the night, because that was also a match for later on in the night as well. In case someone forgot, you know what I mean? That was also a match for later on in the night. We got MJF and Adam Cole. What's it called? Yes, they're in front of the audience now, right? And Max thinks Adam Cole wants to do a promo battle. And he starts going off on Adam Cole, going off on him. But by the way, before that, I love how MJF apologized. He apologized because a while back, right, he referred to the Midwest as mid. He referred to the Midwest as mid. And he's like, if I'm telling a lie, then, you know, may help me God, let a bolt of lightning strike me now. And he said that the best place in America is the Midwest. And everyone cheered. He also claimed that what happened when he said that was all fake. It was edited, right? But they were going back in a promo battle back and forth, and MJF was just getting the better hand of him, letting him have it, going in on him. He was going in on him, right? And Adam Cole was like, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. And this is like the weirdest booking decision I've ever seen. What Adam Cole proposed. He talked about how, you know, they couldn't win the AEW tag titles a couple of weeks ago at Collision, but they can still go and win another set of tag titles. And I'm like, what, the IWGP? New Japan? I mean,
no, lower
than that. What, the Impact? The Impact tag team titles? They're gonna go win that?
Lower.
AAA? I mean,
higher.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean,
all right, lower.
Who? NWA?
Oh no, higher.
Or yeah, there you go. Could be Nunzio.
Nunzio.
He's still in shape.
Nunzio's still doing it, man.
Last time I saw him, he was wrestling on MLW. That's when. But here's the thing, though. But Nunzio, I feel like.
But they'll call him. I know it's a derogatory word, so I'm not gonna say it. But they're gonna call him
Nunzio, Meta, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, little. You know.
No, they're not gonna call him that. Well.
Okay.
What? Well.
It depends because it's It's ECW, so that's what he went by in ECW.
No, I think he went by the. He went by.
No, say it again. Yeah. But he was little, and it had a big one. Pause.
Oh yeah, and it may be that. Who knows? But the point is though. Back to MJF, Adam Cole. He proposed that they go after it. They go after the Ring of Honor tag team titles. Considering that,
I bust out laughing when I heard
he has
that shit.
again. Adam Cole still has a soft spot in his heart for Ring of Honor. He loves Ring of Honor. He mentioned teams that have held those titles in the past, such as Red Dragon, the Kings of Wrestling, the Kings of Wrestling, Red Dragon, the American Wolf, the Briscoes, some other team that he didn't mention, the All Night Express, the Kingdom. Right?
Yeah.
Just to throw you some team that he did. Steen Generico, Kevin Steen and El Generico. The Age of the Fall, Tyler Black and Jimmy Jacobs. You guys may know him as Seth freaking Rollins, right? Just to name you some teams, right? Haas and Benjamin back in the day.
That was like their last run as that tag team, right?
Yeah, in Ring of Honor. So he proposes that in Wembley Stadium at 0 hour.
So you gotta pull double duty.
You're gonna make MJF. So you know what? I think Romeo said this in our group chat. That's like if Roman Reigns were like, you know what? Him and Solo Sikoa are gonna go challenge for the NXT tag titles
on the pre-show.
Against freaking the family. You know what's crazy, bro?
I've never gotten those titles. The tribal chief wants these titles too.
Hey, you know what's crazy, bro? I'm listening to all this last night, and I totally forgot for a hot minute. For a second, I forgot who were the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions.
Until he said it. Aussie Open.
No. And I realized, oh shit, it's Aussie Open.
Yeah, I forgot too. Legit. I almost forgot until I went back in my brain and got it back.
It's again, you may like your friend girl, which is fine if you do. It's just not.
But play the Roman clip.
When I'm hearing all this shit, bro, all I'm saying to myself is,
I'm not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it, bro.
No one is. No one is. So that's what's happening. That is what's happening, bro. Now, I'm not sure if it's official yet. I mean, I'm not sure if Aussie Open accepted the challenge here. I'm pretty sure they're taping something tonight for Ring of Honor, because I know Ring of Honor starts in like 9 minutes, right? And let's be clear here.
Using hashtag watch Ring of Honor. No one's watching that. Come on, guys.
No one's watching that. Right?
Yeah. No one is.
And basically with all this, right, MJF agreed. And then out of nowhere, Roderick Strong comes out, and he said that Cole would rather be with Max than him. Max says that Roddy needs to do what all generic folks do. Go home, cry, and listen to Taylor Swift.
Well, he said all generic white people. That's what.
Well, I don't want to. Again,
Just say the whole promo, bro.
You know, I don't want to upset no one here. You know, again, we have
Man,
everyone here. Listen, we have listeners from all over the world, man.
We know, but we know how MJF is.
Oh, fine.
And he's a white guy himself.
I apologize in advance.
He's
Okay,
a Jew, but he's a white guy.
I apologize in advance. He said what all generic white men should do: go in his car, get in his house, go upstairs, get his Hello Kitty pillow, and listen to Taylor Swift and cry. But what we need to do is just shake it off, which the crowd started chanting, "Shake it off, right? And then out of nowhere, the Kingdom comes out and they console Roderick Strong. And again, keep this in mind, bro. Adam Cole was kind of upset about this because holy crap, like MJF is roasting his friend. It's bad enough that he called him a default call a couple of weeks ago. Now here he is,
hilarious,
telling him to shake it off and listen to Taylor Swift and cry and this and whatnot.
No, you know what was funny, and I forget if you even mentioned it, is what he did to Adam Cole in the beginning of the promo, where he said, "You're so pale that if you're in the 80s, Hulk Hogan would snort you."
Yeah. Which was funny as all hell, bro. But then, again, Cole wasn't having it. He shoves MJF. It looked like they're gonna go at, but then they hug. Which is why, if you think about it, right? If what our thumbnail basically says, bro, Roderick Strong is in the mud. He's in the mud right now, man.
Yeah, he's strangely in the mud, man. It's like, bro,
neck brace and all. Neck brace and all, man. Neck brace and all.
You look ridiculous, bro. Like, calm down. Like,
which, by the way, in case you guys were wondering, Roderick Strong will be in the inaugural In the Mud Rumble at All in the Mud. Just in case you guys were wondering, a neck brace and all. But listen, I know some folks said, "Oh, what if this whole thing is just was a setup all along by Adam?" Which I can believe, bro.
That's what you want to believe.
I can believe
because you were one of the people that want Adam Cole to reunite with the Kingdom. This is your opinion. I didn't see a single person because he's smiling. You see this? What you need to know about Steve is when he has an opinion that is solely him alone, he will form it like everybody else is thinking the same thing. And that is not the case.
I'm just saying. That is not the case. There's a history there. You mean to tell me, bro, the Kingdom are going to go after Consolati? Of all people? Roderick Strong?
Roderick Strong.
When there's
no in the mud, just like Roddy.
They were never a connection between Mike Bennett and Matt Taven. There was never a connection to Roderick Strong. It would make no sense. It would make no flipping sense, Mike. When you think about it, man, it would make no flipping sense. I'm under that impression, bro. I know everyone's talking about MJF turning on Adam Cole, but what if it's this whole time Adam Cole turning on MJF? But nobody wants to say it. It's a possibility. At Wembley Stadium, there's a ref bump, and I don't know. It could be, I don't know whoever the referee is, and out comes Aubrey, right? And MJF has the match won, and then Maria attacks Aubrey Edwards because, it's not like Mike Bennett or Matt Taven's gonna attack Aubrey Edwards here, right? And it's a ruse all along, and we reform this new Kingdom. Because let's face it, Bobby Fish ain't coming back to AEW, and we don't know how long will it be until Kyle O'Reilly comes back. I'm just saying.
All right, Steve.
Thank you. So if Adam Cole might turn MJF,
he did stab him in the back, so yeah.
It could be all part of the plan.
Shoot. I mean, people are digging this this babyface kind of MJF. You know, for MJF to get hurt, he might get a little more evil once he turned back heel again. So we'll see it out. We'll see it out. We'll see. We'll see.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So from there, we go to the Lucha Bros versus the Blackpool Combat Club. They basically rolled up Penta after they unmasked him. Again, the match was fine for what it was worth, right? Ray Fiend did that whole thing where he goes between the ropes, does a spin and a roundhouse kick on Claudio. But again, it was a good showing by all four members here. A good showing. But when it's all said and done, the Blackpool Combat Club got the win. Your thoughts on this, Big Mike?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen it before, so I really didn't care.
After the match, though, the Blackpool Combat Club attacked the Lucha Bro. Claudio decides to wear Penta's mask and continues beating him up. There it is, man. The next Ring of Honor pay-per-view is going to be Pentagon Jr. and Claudio for the Ring of Honor World title. There, you heard it here first. Steve Select. You heard it here first, people. I could be wrong, though, Corey. I could be wrong. We had backstage Kenny Omega telling Alex Marvez that he's rooting for the Young Bucks over FTR in Wembley Stadium. Of course he is. Why would he not? But the fans win on that one, which of course they do. And Marvez asked about what Omega plans to do at All In, and he says he'll discuss that with Jim Ross next week. So there'll be a sit-down interview with good old JR. And you know what? If you want to bring him back just for these type of interviews and stuff, I'm fine with that. I don't need to see Jim Ross on commentary every single time. I don't.
Right. He's good in these sit-down interviews anyway. He's kind of like the master of that. So
exactly,
I agree.
Bro. I don't need to see him, every single week doing these, calling matches. I know he wants to do it, but if you wanted to put him out there for interview stuff, fine by me. Likely going to be him and Konosuke, to be honest. Or if not, you can do him and Konosuke. That means Jericho. I mean, we don't know what Jericho's decision is, right? For all we know, Jericho might accept, right? And we get Konosuke and Jericho versus the Golden Lovers in Wembley.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe so.
Possibly.
We'll possibly. Exactly, Mike. Possibly. From there, we got Swerve Strickland in the Mogul Embassy. And A.R. Fox calls out Darby Allin. Allin wants A.R. Fox to explain the entire story to the crowd, claiming that he attempted to help Fox make it to AEW. Darby says that no matter what, he'll always respect A.R. Fox, but it appears Fox has new friends. And Darby said that's okay because he has some old friends. When the lights went out, it Sting. And he begins taking out members of the Mogul Embassy. Darby comes out and chases them away. There's this moment, I don't know if you saw this, Mike.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Where Darby's going through the barricade and security, by accident,
steps on his freaking head.
Kicks him in the face, bro.
Whole soul right here, bro.
Boom, boot. Like and the security guard, they're not wearing sneakers. They're wearing boots, bro.
They're wearing tactical boots, bro. That hurts.
Exactly. But basically, we're gonna get it all in, bro. A tag team coffin match.
Wow.
Sting and Darby Allin versus AR Fox and Swerve. I mean, I've seen some geeks online. Oh, they're giving Sting the proper match that he deserved, unlike at WrestleMania.
What is that supposed to mean?
I guess there's some people out there, Mike, that are still butthurt that Sting lost at WrestleMania to Triple H. Yeah.
I mean, you gotta get over it, man. That's 2015.
Yeah, gotta let it go, bro. Yeah, gotta let it. It was like what 6, 7 years. What was it, like 8 years ago or so? Or
8 years ago.
8, 9 years ago. You let it go, y'all. Let it go. I'm sure, but you gotta keep it simple. Y'all can be mad all you want. Y'all can be upset. That's fine. You're well within your right. But Sting, when it was all said and done, you know what he got?
Payday. You want pay?
You got that payday?
Exactly. Got the big payday, bro. He made more money in that match than he ever made in Impact Wrestling. So that's what's going to be happening, a coffin match. From then after, we got the main event, bro. Hikaru Shida versus Anna Jay for the women's title. Listen,
10 minutes of football.
Exactly. You know what's funny? There's a video we saw. You know, why y'all calling it a 60-minute time limit when you know there are only 10 minutes left on the show?
Yeah, bro. There ain't no mud for that shit, bro.
I mean, listen, Hikaru Shida got the win. I'll say this: the MVP of that match was the cameraman.
Pretty much, yeah.
But nonetheless, listen, the match was okay. You had Menard and Angelo Parker, you know, at a ringside in the corner of Anna Jay. But when it was all said and done, Hikaru Shida was the rightful winner. You're not taking that belt off Hikaru Shida. Listen, they need to happen. Did not need to be the main event. Did not need to be the main event. You could have had the main event, the final thing on the show, be that segment with Jericho and the JAS. But instead, you decided to go with this. And people say, oh, you see, guys, we got 2 weeks in a row of women's wrestling in the main event. Yay!
Yeah,
I'm sounding
because
like
you forced the guy to do it.
I just sound like a geek just saying that. I got to go for a walk after this. And I got all y'all to blame for this. This is y'all fault for this. I'm holding all you who complain on Twitter for weeks accountable for this. Y'all should have let Tony cook, but y'all couldn't help yourselves.
Facts.
And this is what we're getting now. A meaningless fatal four-way that should not have to be all because Jamie Hayter is hurt and she's out probably until next year.
Yeah.
There's no story behind. Again, this is garbage. Exactly. Thank you, Sleeping Angels. But that was Dynamite, bro. Again, the show was all right. It was all right. 844,000, I think it was, again, like I mentioned before, in the rating.
Yeah.
You know, 846,000 in the rating.
Yeah, their peak. Their peak.
Yes. They're not hitting a milli, bro. They're not hitting a milli.
Millie.
Just sad. But that's no here or there. I'll give this show, Mike. I'm gonna give it a B minus.
B minus? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. It's a B minus. It was all right.
Yes. Thought the show was
above average.
Yeah, exactly. But again, what I will say is I'm happy that they're pumping out matches for All In, though. That I will say. But that's gonna be it for us, guys. Again, let us know your thoughts in the comment threads or on social media, on our X account at AT.Network. Follow us there. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Also, later on at 8:30 p.m., we'll be live again on the channel for ATP SummerSlam. 8:30 p.m. ATP SummerSlam. Make sure you guys come back over here and join us for that, as this is our final PLE before we do later on this month ATP All in the Mud. All right. Follow me on X at HeelSteven. Big Mike, let them know where can they check you out.
Follow me on X at Detroit Gamer 313.
Yeah, Steve. Go take a shower. You're fired up. Might have to, yeah. Steve, did you watch the first four-way women's match at All In, and did you like it? If I remember, it was Chelsea Green, Madison Rayne, Britt Baker, and that woman that you all canceled. He who shall not be named, for everyone's safety here, right? Remember?
SS?
No. TB.
Oh, TB. Toilet Girl.
Well, I guess so. Yeah. TB.
Yeah.
You know, she became the Impact World Champion. Remember that?
Yeah.
I'll say this. I'm pretty sure if that never happened, yeah, I would they would definitely love to have her on that roster right now. But that's no here or there. For myself, for Big Mike, for the gang, you guys have been awesome. We'll see you guys at 8:30 p.m. for ATP SummerSlam here on the Around the Point Network.
8:30.
That's right. 8:30.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Yes. This has been Something About Dynamite, S.A.D, here on the Around the Point Network.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.